Getting something into a customer's hand that works at a low price with a great time between failure, that's a serious engineering challenge. I just think it's amazing how much impact we've had in the whole optical engineering world. I mean, just about every product that's out there that contains optics has got our fingerprints on it somewhere.
We're rapidly becoming known for the impact on the business as much as we're already known as having an impact on the optical design. Getting the market faster, lowering the cost of your product, making sure it works. These are all things that no matter what product you're making, you have to do. And we impact all three of those in huge ways.
The three pillars of Zemax Virtual Prototyping, the ability to improve optical performance is probably the most obvious tied to OpticStudio, because that's what OpticStudio and Zemax has been doing for over 27 years now. When we were working with the mechanical engineers, there was a lot of back and forth, walking back and forth, sitting at each other's desks and trying to understand the problems that we were seeing. And with the combination of OpticStudio and LensMechanix, a lot of that troubleshooting just doesn't even exist anymore. You don't need it. So it really cuts down on the total time it makes to create a high confidence virtual prototype. The best part about OpticStudio is that we have a whole suite of tolerancing capabilities, but in addition, you can link those with the optimization capabilities. So when you're actually designing your system, you can take into account how expensive it's going to be to build and making sure that you are optimizing for the right sensitivities.
Well, I think there's two basic ways that Zemax Virtual Prototype addresses kind of the cost issue. And as an organization, you're really looking at your basically your cost of goods and the amount of effort, labor involved with getting that product delivered. Both of those are real key points that we address. From a cost of goods, we have some really killer tools that allow you to design more efficiently, design better products, to innovate. So maybe I can use fewer pieces of glass. Maybe I can use a simpler system to get to the same objective, so I can lower my manufacturing costs. The other area of cost that we really focus on is just the amount of design time. In most organizations, design time is really one of the big cost impacts.
The reality is only with Zemax do you virtually prototype the entire optical product. The optical side, the mechanical side, how that all works together, and you end up virtually prototyping your product, not pieces of your product, not just the optical side, not just the mechanical side. And that's a sea change. This is lowering the amount of failed prototypes, expensive prototypes with all their one-off custom-built parts that are very expensive to produce.
The test of a good virtual prototype is that your first physical prototype works really well with no surprises.
With Zemax Virtual Prototyping, the mechanical engineer can readily see the impact that their mechanical components have on the optical performance.
LensMechanix provides an out-of-the-box tool set that allows you to easily identify and correct stray light, beam clipping, image contamination. And we are not talking about designing the optics, we're talking about optimizing the mechanical portions of the system. And that's powerful, and that's really the important aspect here.
When you look at mechanical design and thermal design and electronic design, you tend to find companies have standardized on a particular suites of software that they use. And I think within the optics industry, the industry has really standardized on Zemax products. Just about any company that's serious about getting optical products to markets, their backbone optical products are Zemax products.